Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk to you about 3 things that saved my health. Now, like a lot of you, I know that this time right now is very intense for a lot of reasons. Everybody's concerned about health with coronavirus, and obviously there's health epidemics all over the world. Let's just get into what actually works and what has worked for me, most importantly, because I feel it's important to share my journey and to really express the things that matter as opposed to just making a short list of things that generally work for people. So 3 things: elimination, meditation, and education. Elimination is probably the one that makes the least amount of sense to most of you. Elimination just means cutting the crap out of your life. I felt like growing up, I had a lot of influences, many of them very positive, from mentors and my friends and the media and parents too. And I felt like that this was something that I had to understand and really ingrain in myself, was the fact that I get to think for myself and I get to make my own decisions about my health and about educating myself. So really, elimination, education, meditation all kind of tie into each other. But elimination really just means letting go of old systems, old habits, old behaviors, things, relationships, all of that doesn't serve you. It's a very simple idea, but it's something that I found to be invaluable in by process, and I'm still working on it. So that is step 1, elimination, which just means reducing toxic media, even your own emotions. It doesn't have to be about the external things. Everything in your life is a mirror for who you are inside. And so if there's something you don't like about a person, then that's something that you're really experiencing within yourself, as like a shadow element of yourself. And so to forgive and to reconcile those characteristics and qualities about people that you don't like is actually a part of your own process of gaining more self-awareness. And it's more a matter of understanding why you don't want to be like that, rather than just being reactive about it, and then making positive changes in your life that are going to correspond to creating a better world. And the same goes for relationships in general. So whether it's characteristics in somebody else that you really don't like, or somebody that you actually like, or yourself. It's just a matter of cultivating the positive things while letting the negative things be left by the wayside. The things in your life that are going to work for you are going to work at the speed, the vibration, the frequency that you're emitting. So if you're at a low speed, a low vibration, a low frequency, then that's going to be what you bring into your life. And if you're vibrating at a higher frequency, and I use the word speed. I don't think a lot of people would necessarily use that word, but I do feel like there is a certain quickness, and it doesn't always have to manifest as speaking quickly. Thinking quickly and speaking quickly are definitely 2 different things. That's like a side effect of letting things that hold you back out of your life. If things are holding you back from doing what you need to do, you're going to move quicker, and not necessarily in a perfectly literal sense, but you're going to actually be able to accomplish the things that you've been meaning to accomplish, because everything is lined up for you and because nothing's holding you back. So that's what elimination means. It could be related to food, it could be music, it could be the websites you watch, it could be the time that you spend on social media. It could be anything. So just seeing it as this process of zen-ifying your life. That's one way of thinking about it, but to do it in a way that has heart, that really isn't cutting out necessary things, that is bringing more value into your life through that process, that is elimination. Step 2 is education. In this instance, what I mean is educating yourself in a way that is probably non-traditional, in a way that you are taking initiative to learn about things that have value to you, that you would not otherwise learn from people that you're normally surrounded with. So either that means going to the library, or seeking out mentors, or generally people that are better than you at the things that you want to get good at. So in that sense, just expose yourself. Just find ways to put yourself in uncomfortable, vulnerable positions. That is in a smart way to do it, not just in I'm going to go out in the street and I'm going to wander alone at night somewhere sketchy. That's not what I mean. I just mean going out and just experiencing the unknown, experiencing beyond your normal frame of reference, and then going deep into that, having that childlike sense of curiosity, and then being able to hold that idea of that vulnerability plus that childlike curiosity. Those are two very challenging things to do at the same time. And those things are two of the best tools you have to grow as a person. So being able to apply that to education is, how can I be curious? How can I not be afraid of being wrong when I am curious? How can I ask questions that nobody else is asking? Because either there's just like this paradigm of thought around something and people haven't decided to think out of the box, or because they're afraid to. And so to be able to let yourself explore all of the options for why some things are the way they are, and if they can be different, or how you can change those things in your own life, and perhaps be a guinea pig if it's safe and makes sense for you to do. I would always say that with education, and especially with health, always consult a doctor and your mother. Be aware that there are inherent risks if you do decide to be a guinea pig, or if you do decide to go down some route that is less tested than normal. A simple one that's very relevant for me is herbalism. I've spent a lot of time studying nutrition and herbalism, and at the same time, I've had my own blunders, especially early on, and not just with herbs, but also with pharmaceuticals, and learning that not all compounds are created equal, that plants especially can be more gentle than pharmaceuticals. Clearly, pharmaceuticals can help save lives. So it shouldn't be a polarizing thing of conventional medicine versus alternative medicine. Like, they can both benefit people in different situations. Obviously, the Western medical model does not do a good job of treating chronic conditions. And there is very little information given to doctors and given to patients about nutrition. So that's hence, like, everybody is now an armchair expert about nutrition and about plants and about herbalism. And so I would just say that I'm not an expert. I have written a book about plants and plant-based nutrition, but I wouldn't say that it's worth making all the mistakes that I've made, and it's not worth making all the mistakes that anybody else has made. And that's why reading, and that's why learning, and that's why education can really make a big difference for your health. And so it's the idea of a meta-analysis, essentially, is to be able to study from many different sources and bring all of the conclusions that are usually similar together, and to also point out the differences. In traditional academia, a meta-analysis is a series of case studies that are covering the same topic, but you could apply the term more broadly to just doing your own research and teasing out valuable information. So the next thing is meditation. It's important to focus on learning from a lot of different traditions. If you do find something that works for you right off the bat, if you haven't already found something like that, that's great. But there's so much out there that it's not worth just initially getting pulled into something unless you really feel like that's what you need. And a lot of people who seek out meditation are looking for that kind of thing. So to just do due diligence with everything else that I'm saying is just to do your research. See what this thing resonates with you, what other people say about, especially if it's a teacher or some kind of method. If something has been around for hundreds of years, that's like a good starting place. But yeah, not always. I would just say meditation as a practice in and of itself has been really helpful for me. It's been something that I've practiced since college, along with a lot of other mindfulness techniques and that whole mental model or framework of things that can help with allowing your thoughts and your mind to influence your actions, your behavior, your body, and your habits. That's what it's about. And to be able to come into this space of being internalized and being with yourself and being at home in your own body, to be embodied during meditation, where you're not just instantly going out into outer space or into your subconscious mind, and being able to feel at rest and at peace and letting go of any of this like residual tension that you feel from the day. And of course, breathing. So just deep, slow breathing. incredibly helpful for meditation, starting off with deep, slow, diaphragmatic breathing, learning how to breathe properly. I would say it's like so closely tied to meditation that it's hard to say like, oh, this, breathing properly and meditation are two different things. Breathing properly can help you become, more comfortable with meditating, and also meditating can help you become more comfortable with proper breathing and proper posture. That's the idea with the 3 things that saved my health. And if you're curious more about my story and want to explore more with me, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.